You apply for a job online, nothing dramatic. Just you, a laptop, a CV, and another listing that looks normal enough to click. The advert has all the words people want to see: remote, flexible, no experience needed, good pay, start soon. It is almost suspiciously friendly. Then the reply comes back weirdly fast. Not after an interview, not after questions. It just appears, like they already decided before knowing anything useful about you. And honestly, that can feel good. If you have been ignored by job after job, one quick yes can feel like someone finally noticed you. But this is where the job stops being a job. The advert is pretending to offer work while quietly trying to get money, ID, or bank details out of you. This is not a made-up internet scare story. Official consumer and fraud guidance warns about fake job adverts, fake recruiters, upfront fees, fake websites, and requests for personal details. So the issue is not whether fake job scams exist. They do. The issue is spotting when a normal-looking process starts bending the wrong way. The annoying part is that the better scams do not always look wild. A lot of them look boring. And boring feels safe when you are used to boring admin. A neat PDF can make your brain relax. Boxes, lines, a signature, the word onboarding. It feels official, but anyone can draw official-looking paperwork. The first real warning sign is the advert being perfect and vague at the same time. Huge promises on the front, tiny details on what the work actually is. A real job usually has friction. Annoying friction, yes, but still friction. Questions, availability, maybe an interview, maybe references, something that proves they are actually hiring. It might be slow and annoying, but the steps normally have a reason. A fake job often skips that part. It acts like you are already chosen before it knows if you can do the work. That is not flattering, that is pressure. The next warning sign is speed. Scammers like urgency because urgency makes people stop checking. The whole point is to make you feel late before you have even started. Once you feel behind, you are less likely to stop and check the basics. So suddenly, everything is today. Fill this form today. Send ID now. Pay before the training place closes. The panic is part of the design. Then the process moves away from where you found the job. It starts on a job site. But the important bit moves into private messages, where there is less structure and less protection. Private chat is where the process can get messy fast. Or they send you a form on a random link. Not the company site, not the proper careers page. Just a form that asks for things you cannot easily take back. The next warning sign is being asked for serious information too early. Bank details, ID, passport scans, payroll forms. Some of that can be normal later, not right at the start. Timing matters here as much as the request itself. Payroll details belong after you know the employer is real and the process makes sense. If you have not verified them yet, your bank details should not be the next step. That is not being careful. That is basic self-protection. Then there is the big one. Training fee, equipment fee, admin fee, security fee, starter pack. Whatever costume it is wearing, paying to get paid is the wrong direction. A job is meant to pay you. You are not meant to buy your way into it. In a real job, money moves toward the worker. That is the basic shape. If the job begins with money moving away from you, stop and check it properly. That one rule catches a lot of the nonsense. Another version is the fake payment trick. A payment appears to land or looks pending, and then they ask you to send money to a vendor or buy equipment. It can sound practical, which is why it catches people. Later, their payment fails, reverses, or was never real in the first place. But the money you sent out was real. That is how the loss lands on you. Fake legitimacy is another layer. A scammer can copy a real company name. So seeing a familiar name is not enough by itself. You have to check whether the person contacting you is actually connected to that company. They can also make a recruiter profile, a photo, a job title, a normal-looking name. That is still not verification. It is just a profile. They can even make a website that loads and looks clean enough. A working website proves someone made a website. It does not prove the job is real. So check from the outside. Do not only use the link they sent. Open your own browser and search the company yourself. Type it in fresh. Do not let their link be the only route you use. Find the official website, then the real careers page. If the role exists, you should be able to find some version of it there. Check the email domain as well. The bit after the @ matters. A random free email for official hiring is at least a reason to slow down. For UK companies, use official records and official contact details where you can. The point is to check the company through a route the message did not control. That is the whole point of checking from outside the conversation. Then check the recruiter. If they only exist inside the message they sent you and nowhere else useful, treat that as a warning sign. And do not let a PDF do all the thinking for you. A document can look serious and still be fake. The proof has to come from somewhere better. Also, falling for one of these does not make someone stupid. These scams are built around normal pressure, not stupidity. It is pressure, hope, and timing being used against normal people. People need rent paid. People get ignored by employers. People are tired. When one offer finally appears, wanting it to be real is completely human. That is why shame helps the scam. If people feel embarrassed, they stay quiet. If they stay quiet, other people do not learn the signs. So before you send anything serious, do the boring checks. Search the company yourself. Find the role on the official site. Check the email domain. These checks are not exciting, but they are the bit that saves you. Slow down if the whole thing moves into private messages. And do not pay to get paid. That rule is boring, but it is useful, especially when the message is trying to rush you. Do not send ID, passport scans, or bank details until the employer is verified and the process actually makes sense. If the order feels backwards, pause. If you already sent money or details, move quickly. Contact your bank, save the messages and links, change passwords if needed, and report it through the proper route. Do not sit there blaming yourself while the problem is still fresh enough to act on. The point is not to become paranoid. Remote jobs can be real. Entry-level jobs can be real. The point is to make the opportunity survive a few checks. You are not ruining an opportunity by verifying it. A real job can handle you checking it. A fake one usually starts getting awkward the second you stop rushing. That is normally when the story starts changing. So if the advert is perfect, the reply is instant, the details are vague, the process moves private, and a fee appears, step back. That is the fake job advert. Not every weird job post is a scam, but a real opportunity should survive you checking it. Thanks for watching. If this helped, liking, subscribing, or sharing it genuinely helps the channel get in front of people before they get caught by this stuff. Also, leave a comment with the boring trap you want covered next. Rent deposits, student loans, free trials, phone contracts, delivery apps, whatever you keep seeing people get quietly rinsed by. I will use the comments to pick future episodes. Until then, read the bit they made